Hello, Marilyn. Welcome to our class. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm good. And you?
It's really good to know. I'm fine today. Thank you for asking. Thank you for coming to our class, Marilyn. Hello, Rebecca. How are you today?
Hi, teacher.
Hi, how are you? Okay, Rebecca. Hi. Okay. Well, thank you for being here, Rebecca. Good to listen to you. Yesenia, hello. How are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine. And you?
I'm great today. Thank you for asking. Well, girls, thank you for being here in our class. It's time to start with our activities for today. So welcome, everybody. As you remember, yesterday we started talking about an important topic. Today, we will continue with this topic, so please try to pay attention, guys, and participate as much as possible. Before we start, guys, let's do a review. Let's make a review of yesterday's activities. Please, in a second. Okay. What happened? Okay, very good. Everybody, right now, let's practice yesterday's vocabulary. Yesterday, guys, we start talking about making requests. And also we learned ways to answer a request. Remember that we can answer in a positive and in a negative way. So everybody, let's practice with the following examples. For example, let's start with number 1. Can you close the window, please? Can you close the window, please? Let's see. Marilyn, what do you think is the right answer or a possible answer that we can use for it?
Maybe yes, of course.
Okay, very good. Yes, of course. That's one great answer that we can use. Okay, now, and what happens if I want to answer in a negative form, in a negative way? What do you think, Yesenia? Can you close the window, please?
No, I can't.
Okay, no, I can't. Okay, it's possible. Nice job. Okay, thank you for your practice. Now, everybody, let's move to the next question. Could you lend me $50? This is interesting. So what could be the possible answers? Omar, welcome to the class. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm good. A little sleepy, a bit, but I'm here.
Okay, well, I'm really sorry, but thank you for being in the class. I hope you enjoy all the activities. Well, Omar, today we are making a review from yesterday's grammar, yesterday's class, and we are answering some questions. Tell me, Omar, what is a possible answer for this question? Omar, can you lend me $50?
Sure, of course.
Okay, that's nice. And what about a negative answer? What can you tell me, Omar? A negative answer. For example, again, Omar, could you lend me $50?
Yeah, teacher. I don't remember the the request in negative because I think in the no, but it's the incorrect way.
Ah, okay, don't worry, okay, but it's fine. Okay, let's pay attention to Rebecca. Maybe she can give us an example. Okay, Rebecca, How can you answer to that request in negative? Could you lend me $50?
Sorry, I can't.
Okay, I like your answer. Sorry, I can't. Okay, very good. Sorry, I can't. Okay, very good job. So right now, everybody, let's move to the next question, okay? Remember, okay, we have different ways to answer to these questions. We can do it in affirmative and in negative. We only have to remember the important tips that we use at the moment of asking a request and also at the moment of answering, okay? Please, guys, help me with this one. Would you carry this for me? Would you carry this for me? So, Yesenia, what is a possible answer? What do you think?
Mm, yes, I will.
Okay, good job. Yes, I would. Okay, they are simple, but they are good. Okay, that's nice. And what about the last example? Okay, what about the last example? Would you help me with my homework, Marilyn?
Uh, yes, what can I help you?
Yes. What can I help you? What can I help you with? Very good. Okay, that's possible, but that's another question, okay? But it's a good one, okay? As you can see, everybody, there are different ways to answer. Yesterday, guys, we studied, for example, a common way to answer is yes, of course, or sure, or certainly, or definitely, okay? Those are some positive answers. But also, guys, remember that we can use negative answers or uncertainty answers. For example, I'll see what I can do. Or, sorry, I can't. I'd like to, but I can't. It's not possible for me this time. Okay? As you can see, everybody, or if you remember, we can use different expressions to accept the request or to do the request or not do it. Okay? Please try to practice the expressions, guys, for you to know how to answer in a natural way. Okay? Right now, we have to continue, guys, talking about requests. That's why for today, everybody, we are talking about request part 2. Okay? Let's pay attention to our next structures. Okay? Remember that yesterday we studied the structure of 3 modal verbs: would, could, and can. Before we continue, guys, I want to ask you, what is the structure of a request using would, could, or can? Do you remember? Let's see. Omar, what is the structure for a request? What is the first part of the question?
The first part is the modal verb, teacher.
Very good. The first part of the question is the modal verb. Would, could, or can. They are the same, everybody. Modal verb. Okay, I will do it in parentheses. Okay, can, could, or would. Okay. And what is the next part?
The object or subject,
Oh, the subject. Nice job. Okay, and what What do we use after that?
Yeah. The complement.
And what is the verb?
Oh, yeah. The verb between in the complement and subject.
Yeah, it's between the subject and the complement. And after the complement, you
In the
know,
question mark. Yeah.
we use the question mark, as you can see in the examples. In some cases, guys, remember that we can use please at the end of the question. Please at the end, okay? In some cases, as you can see over here, the examples, we can use please in the middle after the subject. Would you please or could you please? Okay, we use please in the middle, okay, in the middle of the question. So they have the same meaning, everybody. But sometimes because of the tone of voice, it can sound better in different positions, okay? Now, everybody, let's pay attention to these questions, okay? Please, Marilyn, read the example about would.
Would you please turn on the line?
Very good. It sounds polite, everybody. Remember that would is very polite, okay? It's very polite. Then we have could. Yesenia, help me with the next example. The use of could.
Could you please bring me more coffee?
Okay, very good. And okay, Marilyn. Let's see. No, Rebecca, I'm sorry. Help me with example number 3. When we use can.
Can I borrow your book?
Nice. Okay, those are great examples. Great pronunciation, girls. Okay, as you can see, would and could are very polite. Okay, they are very polite. But can is not, well, it's not very polite. However, if we use please at the end of the question, it becomes more polite, okay? It becomes more polite. So this is a short review, everybody, about yesterday's structure. Remember that we use the same structure for the three modal verbs, can, could, and would. Today, everybody, we will learn different structures that we can use to make requests, okay? Let's pay attention to it. The first structure, everybody, is the use of would you mind? Everybody repeat after me. Would you mind? Okay. Would you mind?
Would you mind?
Would you mind? Would you
Very
mind?
good. As you remember, guys, in the last structure that we checked, we use would or could and can, and after that we use the subject, the verb, and the complement. In this case, guys, we use would you mind together because this is a single expression. It has a single meaning, okay? Pay attention to this example. Omar, read all the information about would you mind.
Sure, teacher. Would you mind? It used to make a polite request. The structure is would you mind plus verb ing plus complement. And the example is, would you mind handing me my glasses, please? And the information in the box, ways to answer, absolutely not. And sorry, I can't.
Well, guys, it looks kind of, well, if you see the answers, it looks kind of rude because the two answers are in negative. Absolutely not. Or, sorry, I can't. It seems, everybody, as if we can only answer in a negative form. And this is quite correct, okay? This is a little bit correct. Why, everybody? The meaning of would you mind, in this case, everybody, if there is a problem. Sorry, is there a problem? Is there a problem if you hand me my glasses, please? Do you have any problem if you hand me my glasses, please? As you can see, the question asked, or the meaning of the question is if you have a problem with that situation or not, okay? So do you have any problem if you pass me my glasses? Okay, that's why, everybody, the answer, the first answer that we have says, absolutely not. I don't have any problem, okay? If we answer absolutely not, it is not, the meaning is that we can do it for that person. The meaning isn't that we don't have a, or we don't want to help him or help her, okay? The meaning is that we want to help him or help her, and we are going to do it. So absolutely not. I don't have any problem. In the second example, it's the answer or the meaning, it's obvious. So sorry, I can't. In that case, everybody, we have nothing to do. We have to only to accept that the person, well, is not in the position of doing these things, okay, or this favor or this request, okay? So pay attention to that part, everybody, okay? Remember that the answer maybe can, it looks negative, but the meaning is positive. Remember that, would you mind, ask if we have a problem with that situation or not, okay? Then, everybody, the other structure that we have is the use of do you mind? It has the same meaning as would you mind, everybody, and the same structure. So we use do you mind, verb in ing, and the complement. For example, okay. Okay, Madeline, help me reading the example and the answers.
Do you mind smoking somewhere else? Ways to answer. I'm afraid you can't. Not at all.
Okay, give me a second. Very good. Well, only, guys, I will change something in the ways to answer, and it's that we don't say, I am afraid you can't. The thing is, I am afraid I can't, okay? So it means, everybody, I have problems with that request, okay? So I am afraid I can't. I'm sorry, but I can't, okay? However, guys, if we use not at all, it means that you can do that or you can accept that request. Okay, everybody, so this is kind of confusing because of two important things. The first one, everybody, is that we are using, it looks that the answer that we are using is in negative, but the meaning is positive. In these cases, remember that we have to focus or remember if we have a problem with the request or not, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, very good. So remember that thing. If we use, everybody, or if we mention, do you mind or would you mind, we have to use the answers in this way. So remember the negative answers, they continue the same, they keep the same, So we use sorry, I can't, I am afraid I can't. Or in some cases, guys, we can use yes, I do, or yes, I would, because we have a problem with that request, okay? But in some other cases, as you can see, we can use negative or some negative answers, but with a positive meaning. For example, not at all, absolutely not, definitely not, okay? Remember that this kind of expressions can help us to answer, and these kind of questions can help us to be more polite. Could is more polite than would. And would, everybody, it's more polite than can. In this case, guys, would you mind and do you mind are the most polite expressions that we can use at the moment of making a request. Do you mind and would you mind are more polite than could, and they are more polite than would, and they are more polite than can, of course. So these are the expressions, the most polite expressions that we can use when making a request. Okay? Also, guys, there are two more expressions that we will check right now. Pay attention to it, guys. These expressions are not on the platform, on the activities on the platform. Okay, do you mind and would you mind? Yes, guys, they are. But the next expressions, guys, these expressions are not on the platform. However, they are important, guys. It's good to know. It's good for you if you know these structures. So everybody, help me reading the following information. Let's pay attention to Yesenia, okay? Yesenia, read right now the information about the use of if.
Okay. Using if for request. Another way to use would you mind and do you mind is by using if plus complement.
Okay.
Would you mind?
Okay, very good. I'm sorry for interrupting. Okay, but thank you for reading this information. As you can see, okay, we have to use, or we can use if to create questions. In this case, guys, using do you mind and would you mind, okay? When making requests, it's also possible, but they have some differences. In this case, guys, as you remember, if we use do you mind or would you mind, we have to use verbs in ing. But if we use if in the question, we have to remember some specific details. Okay, Rebecca, read the first structure about do you mind?
Do you mind? Do you mind? Plus if plus simple present and question mark.
And the example, please.
Oh, yes. The example is do you mind if I take a piece of cake?
Very good. Okay, as you can see in the first example, after if we use a sentence in simple present. What about the use of would you mind, Omar? Read the structure in the example, please.
Okay. Would you mind plus if plus simple past. And the example is, would you mind if I took a piece of cake?
Very good, thank you. Okay, important details to remember. If we use would you mind, we have to use at the end of the sentence, we have to use simple past, okay? Let's remember this. Everybody, why do we change the last part of the sentence Do you mind simple present and would you mind simple past? We used or we use this kind of structures, guys, because in this context, do you mind is more certain, okay? It has more certainty, okay? Has more certainty, okay? So it has, we have more possibilities when we use do you mind? But when we use would you mind, we talk about uncertain situations. So we hesitate if the situation can happen or not. I am not sure if I use would you mind, according to the example, I am not sure if I can take another piece of cake. I don't know if it is possible. But if I use do you mind, I consider that there are strong possibilities of the situation to happen. Okay, for example, if you prepare or if you get ready with a birthday party for you or for your girlfriend or for your boyfriend or for someone that you love, you know that if you prepare the party, you can take another piece of cake. But imagine you go to another person's birthday, you are not sure if they can give you another one. So that's why if we use would you mind if I take a piece of cake, we ask that kind of questions because the situation you don't have too many possibilities, guys, or you are not sure if the situation is going to happen or not. But if we use do you mind, you have more possibilities that something is going to happen. Okay, do you have any question about this?
Yeah, I have a little question about the second example, teacher, and the
Yes.
context with this. So would you mind if I took a piece of cake? I understand, are you, Daniel, took the piece of cake in past and I maybe, and the people maybe, the people of prepare the party, I think we are angry with you because you took the piece of cake in the past. So the the action the action happens in past. So it's not in this moment. Yeah.
Okay, you got a great point, Omar. But let's make a review or remember the use of would. Would is generally used for imaginary situations. Or remember also, guys, when we use I wish. Remember that when we use I wish, after I wish, we have to use simple past. I gave you this example, guys, because it's kind of simple. Remember that when we use I wish, we create examples about things we want to happen or we want to have. I wish I were a millionaire. So remember, the second sentence is in simple past. But it doesn't mean that I were a millionaire in the past. It means that this is only an imaginary situation. That's the same context when we use would you mind. Okay, Omar? In this case that we are using would you mind, it means, well, even though we are using simple past at the end of the sentence, we pretend that the question is just an imaginary situation that we want to happen. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can ask the question, but people will understand that we suppose that the situation can be true or not. It depends on, at the end, well, if it is true or not, it depends on the people that invite you to the party, right? Not on you, but it depends on them. Okay?
Okay, teacher, I got it.
Okay. So guys, In this moment, we are going to practice these structures that we learned. Remember that if we use if in the question, we have to remember if we use simple present or if we use simple past. Okay? And if we use do you mind and would you mind without using if, in that case, everybody remember ing, and that's it. Okay? We are going to practice, guys, and check what are our options at the moment of answering these kind of questions. Okay? Everybody, let's move to our practice time. Okay. What versus do you mind? Everybody, look at this. We have 10 examples. And, well, guys, you have to tell me what is the right option. Read the complete question. To start, let's pay attention to Yesenia. Okay, Yesenia, tell me, what is example number 1?
Hmm. Do you mind fixing the broken chair?
Okay, thank you. Let's move to Rebecca. Rebecca, what is number 2?
Do you mind if I do you mind
Number 2.
if I yes if I don't join you tonight?
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you. Let's see, Omar, help me with number 3.
Okay, teacher, do you mind if I stayed with you tonight?
Oh, in present or past?
No, in past, stayed.
Okay, do you mind if I stayed with you tonight? Okay, thank you. Now, Marilyn, what is example 4? What do you think?
Teacher, sorry, I can fix my example.
Yes, of course. Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, sorry, Marilyn. Is stayed
Why?
because
Uh-huh.
I think so. The situation happened in present because we use do.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, Marilyn, tell me right now example 4. Now it's your time.
Would you mind if you painting the fences?
Okay, if you painting or painted?
Painting.
Painting, okay. Thank you. Let's see right now. Example 5. Okay, second round, everybody. So we will start with Rebecca. Rebecca, tell me, what is example 5 in your opinion?
Do you mind do you mind taking me the salt? No. Do you mind taking my car to the service?
Okay, well done, thank you. Okay, Yesenia, help me with number 6.
Would you mind Mm, Passive me the salt.
Passed me the salt. Okay.
Pass me the salt.
Okay. Nice effort. What about Omar? What do you think in number 7, Omar?
Yeah, teacher, do you mind if I don't come early tomorrow?
Okay, thank you. That's a nice one. What about number 8? Marilyn, what do you think? Number 8.
What are the answers, teacher?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot it. There you go.
Would you mind sending a letter for me?
Sending. Okay, thank you. Very good. Well, let's move to the last 2 examples, okay? We will do it together. Okay, we have, do you mind if you, what could be the right answer if we use do you mind if? Turned in past or torn in present? What do you think, guys?
I think it's turn, teacher. I don't know why. So, yes, I think that the situation happened in present, so I can use turn. I think
Okay,
so.
okay, that's a nice example. Let's see the last one. Would you mind, Daniels, watch or watching TV here?
Watching.
Watching.
Okay, nice. Okay, we finished with this exercise. Before we check, guys, I want to check together the structures that we learned today. First of all, guys, what are the structures that we learned?
The structures about would you mind and
Okay, would you mind? And what is the other?
would you mind and do you mind?
Uh-huh. Okay, these are the first 2 structures. And what are the 2 structures that we learned at the end?
Would you mind if simple
Uh,
present and simple past?
Very good. Would you mind if, and also, do you mind if, okay? So these are the structures that we learned. Why, everybody? I want you to check the structures. First of all, guys, to clear up your doubts, okay? Maybe we are confused with some of these examples. That's why, everybody, we will stop a little moment on checking, checking on the structures. Remember that when we use would you mind, after that, would you mind and do you mind, I'm sorry. After that, we use verbs in ing form. For example, would you mind getting a cup of coffee for me? Do you mind eating with your mouth closed, with your closed mouth? Okay, so as you see, everybody, we use would you mind and then we use a verb in ing, or do you mind and after that a verb in ing. But when we use would you mind if and do you mind if, we have 2 options. The first one, everybody, would you mind if we use simple past? Remember the following, guys. Would is generally used for imaginary situations or things that are difficult to happen. But do you mind, everybody remember, uses simple present. In this case, everybody, do is not working directly with the simple present, okay? Because do is the auxiliary for mind, not for the simple present question. However, guys, it's something good that you can remember to decide if we use simple past or simple present. Remember that do and simple present are always together. But in this case, everybody, okay, we use simple present with do you mind if, because we have more possibilities that something is going to happen, okay? We are sure that something is going to happen, or we have more probabilities that the sentence or our question is going to happen. Now that we check on this, everybody, let's check on the example again. Please take 1 minute, okay? I have my watch, so I will take 1 minute, everybody, and pay attention if the examples are correct or they are not correct, okay? Before we submit the answers and we check the answers, okay? You have 1 minute from now. Okay, time's over. Now, guys, do you have any example that you want to change or you want to correct?
The example number 2, teacher, I think so, it's bad.
Number 2. Why? What is the correct example in your opinion?
Would you mind if, and we need to use the auxiliary in past?
So the right question is, would you mind if I didn't join you tonight?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
The number 4.
Number 4. Okay, so what do you think is the right example?
The verb in past.
Verb in past. So what is, can you read the complete question?
Would you mind if you painted the fence?
Oh, nice. Would you mind if you painted or you painted the fence? Okay, very good job. That's the correct one. Any other or everything is correct?
The number 6, would you
Number
mind, would you mind passing, but would you mind passing me the salt?
Okay. Let me see. Any other or that's it? That's it. Okay. Okay, everybody, let's check together right now if they are correct or we have to continue studying. Okay. Everybody, we got a 10 out of 10. So as you can see, everybody, all the answers are correct. We have a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
So,
teacher.
okay, now, well,
I'm okay. Sorry, I'm okay with the first structures, the first one, and the second one mix the information in my brain.
okay, yes. Actually, that structure is not very common,
Yeah,
but in case you use if in any of your questions in your request, try to remember that if we use do, simple present. If we use would, simple past. Remember that generally, well, would is generally used for imaginary situations on real situations or difficult situations to happen, okay? So in that case, it's better if we use simple past. Not because it's a past action, because the situation is not possible, or we don't have a lot of possibilities that something is going to happen, okay?
yeah, teacher. So I think about the first one. Structures are very or more common than seconds, but
Yeah, that's true. So guys, this is for you to practice. As I mentioned, guys, give me a second. I will show you the structures again. Okay, as you remember, guys, I mentioned something important, and is that you will, on the platform, everybody, on the platform, you will find, oh, give me a second. On the Speak platform, everybody, you will find these structures. Would you mind? And I am not pretty sure if you will find, do you mind? Okay, but at least I know that would you mind will be on the platform.
only would
About
you mind?
do you mind? I am not sure. I have to check if it is or not. But in the case of would you mind if and do you mind if, they are not on the platform, guys. But it's good information that you can practice or you can have an idea of it, okay? It's good if you have some idea about these topics, okay? But they are not on the platform. So we are not going to practice at least those topics on the platforms. Thanks God. Okay. But try to practice, everybody. Would you mind and do you mind and the use of verbs in ing form. Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, teacher. Yeah.
I'm sorry. So now, everybody, let's move right now to the next activity in our class. Just before we go, everybody, because it's almost time to go, let me show you guys what's our homework. Guys, before we go, I want to tell you something important. Guys, I congratulate you because most of you are working on the platform. Revisé el día de ayer, guys, y la mayoría está trabajando en la plataforma como se debe. El día de ayer teníamos que entregar el 25% de la plataforma y les felicito porque la mayoría de ustedes, bien, diría que la mayoría, todos los que están en la clase, si no es que la mayoría, hicieron las actividades que nos correspondían. Así que, guys, I congratulate. Les felicito de verdad porque están trabajando en la plataforma. I know that, well, sometimes it's kind of difficult because we have to work, because we have to study, because you have to take care of kids, of your children. But you are doing a great effort, guys, and I really congratulate you because of that. Please continue working on the activities on the platform, guys. So let's finish with Unit 2, okay? This is the last part of Unit 2. So please, guys, complete activities from 2.2 and finish in activity 2.3.2, okay? These are the last activities of Unit 2, everybody. So tomorrow we come and practice a little bit of making requests, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, please continue working on the platform, guys. Practice during the class. Also try to practice, guys. When we have speaking practices, try to come to our classes and continue doing your best. Okay? Do you have any question about it? About homework, about the platform, or something I can help you with?
No, teacher, only I think our voice in Spanish are different than English. I don't know. Change my
Yes.
mind.
They are actually, each language that you speak is a different tone of voice. Imagine you speak Spanish, so you have a specific tone of voice. If you speak English, you have a different one. So that make you like two different personalities or two different people. And if you speak maybe another language like Italian, Portuguese, or even French, you sound kind of different.
Yeah, yeah.
That's something really cool. So guys, if you want to continue learning more languages, let's do it. Okay, that's kind of funny and it's also interesting. So guys, that's all that we have for today. I'm really happy to see you one more time in our class, and it's a pleasure to help you with this kind of topics. I know, guys, remember that we are finishing the intermediate level. So intermediate 3 is the last intermediate level that we are going to have, and then you pass two advanced levels, I guess. So everybody, try to practice, continue working on these topics that are kind of confusing, but they are really helpful, guys, at the moment of speaking and also at the moment of writing. Okay? Thank you for being here, guys. Nice to see you today. Have a good night. And please, guys, come tomorrow. I hope to see you here.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Nice to see you.